Warning. This video will discuss topics about haunted animatronics and the Five Nights at Freddy's lore. And yes, in the Five Nights at Freddy's lore, there will be death, so death may be mentioned as well. If any of these subjects trigger you, please click off the video now and have a good day or night.
We think of pizzerias in the Five Nights at Freddy's timeline. We think of ones like the Mega Pizzaplex from Security Breach, the pizzeria from Fnaf 1, or maybe the Fnaf 2 pizzeria. These are all Five Nights at Freddy's pizzerias, but some really awesome games in the franchise that are loved by all. But there are some restaurants in the Five Nights at Freddy's timeline that haven't been given a game, like Fredbears or Circus Baby's Pizza World. So today I'm going to be talking about a few of these pizzerias, and if they got a game, what would it be like? I'll be discussing the positives and the negatives, and what I mean is if the pizzeria could be made into an actual game that would be fun, scary, and really cool. I'm going to try and put these in order of the timeline because why not? Okay, Fredbears is the first on our list. First, let me explain more about the restaurant from the information we have in the games, just so this makes more sense. Okay, so Fredbear's Family Diner all started when this British dude named William Afton, aka Purple Guy, moved to a city called Hurricane in Utah, North America, with his wife, 2 sons, and his daughter. He then met Henry Emily, another inventor who was interested in robots. Together they made Fredbear's Family Diner in 1983, and the diner had 2 mascots, Fredbear the bear and Spring Bonnie the rabbit. These 2 animatronics were also known as Springhawk suits, which were animatronics and wearable costumes. But they would go horribly wrong if they were touched by water, but oh well, surely that's nothing to worry about. No, I'm being sarcastic, it's a big issue later. So yeah, everything's great, Fredbear's doing swell, but William's youngest son, known as the Crying Child, was having his birthday at Fredbear's, but turns out he's terrified of the animatronics, especially Foxy from a restaurant we'll cover later, and Fredbear himself. Wow, Fredbear, buddy. The own son of one of your creators is terrified of you. That's harsh, bro. So yeah, the Crying Child's brother, known as Michael, decides to be the biggest jerk at his own brother's birthday party. He decides to shove his brother in Fredbear's mouth, and then Fredbear actually eats him.
And then the restaurant shuts down. So yeah, that's basically the history of Fredbear's Family Diner. Now let's talk about and see if it would work as a Five Nights at Freddy's style game. Okay, so first off, let's focus on the design of the characters. And before you say,
Why are you focusing on designs? Fredbear and Spring Bonnie just already have their own designs.
well, first off, they are some of probably the most annoying FNAF characters when it comes to designs. They have multiple designs. Annoying, like Fredbear I think has got at least 2, Spring Bonnie's got at least 3, like I think that's only in the games. There's so many more designs in books and stuff like that, and it's so annoying. Like there's multiple designs, like in FNAF 6, Scrap Trap looked nothing like Springtrap. It's confusing, and Nightmare Fredbear looks nothing like Fredbear from Ultimate Custom Night. Yes, I know. So I have a plan for, like, a theory for why they have multiple designs, and it may sound stupid, but hear me out. I think there's multiple Fredbear's Family Diner locations. Okay, hear me out, because this theory kind of makes sense. So basically, yeah, there's multiple pizzerias of Fredbear's Family Diner with different kind of Fredbears and Spring Bonnies. Yeah, that's basically it. I'm not gonna, talk about it anymore, because I don't want this whole video to become me ranting about Fredbear and Spring Bonnie's designs and why they're all really different and strange. But yeah, basically Fredbear's design, I'm probably just gonna make it look more like Nightmare Fredbear. That just makes more sense to me. It doesn't really make sense that, Fredbear looking like an animatronic like Freddy Fazbear from FNAF 1. Like, FNAF 1, I think, is set after at least 10 years, or 11 years. You know what I mean? Like, a long time after Fredbear's Family Diner, so that just doesn't make sense to me. Maybe Freddy Fazbear was inspired, but it just doesn't seem right. So, it just makes more sense if, the Nightmare Fredbear one. I mean, who knows? That's how the Crying Child saw, Fredbear and his nightmares. I don't know really how FNAF 4 works. I don't know if the Nightmare animatronics are real or not.
I don't know, and for Spring Bonnie, I'm just going to go the normal Spring Bonnie design. I am not going to be talking about this anymore because it is probably going to fill up most of the video, so let's get on to the gameplay section of Fredbears Family Diner. Okay, now, so we run into a problem. So normally FNAF games at least have 4 or 5 or more animatronics. Yeah, 5 or more animatronics. But there's only 2 in Fredbear and Friends Family Diner. Fredbear and Spring Bonnie. But this is why I thought of 2 plans to make the game fun. So like 2 kind of ideas for a game. So idea 1 is, you remember when I said, oh, we'll talk about Foxy later in his restaurant. So apparently, you know the Withered animatronics, right? Yeah, so they were, when Fredbear's Family Diner was built, there was another restaurant, like the very first Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Yeah, and that was basically like, you know, like another restaurant made by Fredbear's Family Diner with more characters. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. Wait, no, were they in one restaurant called like Fredbear and Friends or something? Yeah, so basically, game idea 1 is with 6 animatronics. So Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, Spring Bonnie, and Fredbear. Now this would add a lot to the cast and make it just like any normal FNAF game but with new characters. You know, that sounds pretty good. And for the second idea for the game, it is basically not just being the night guard, but, you know, like looking after the restaurants, like buying things, ordering pizza, not ordering pizza, you know what I mean, like serving pizza, fixing the animatronics, and then surviving the night as the night guard. So yeah, that's the idea. So I don't know which idea I should do more, but I probably like the one more with like Fredbear and Friends, like with all the animatronics. So yeah, it would probably be set before the Bite of 87. Not 87, 83. I'm so sorry, I get things muddled up. So it'd probably be set on the Bite of 83, and maybe like on the last night I could say, oh, we have a birthday party tomorrow for William Afton's son. And then maybe like after that night, after 6 a.m, it could show like a screenshot of maybe like the restaurant with like a sign saying closed or something. I don't know. So yeah, that's the gameplay idea for Fredbear and Friends Family Diner. Seriously, that needs to be a game. 5 Nights at Fredbear's. I would play that. I would love it. It'd be so cool. That needs to be the next FNAF fan game. Fredbear and Friends Family Diner, or Fredbear and Friends. Or 5 Nights at Fredbear's, you know what I mean. But yeah, 5 Nights at Fredbear's. So we were originally going to cover multiple pizzerias, but I think we should only cover this one for now, because this video could turn really long, and I don't want to make an hour-long video discussing FNAF pizzerias. Yeah, because my iPad already said earlier that it's running out of storage, so I don't want to destroy my iPad by making this video like 20 minutes long, so I promise I'll do the other pizzerias. I'll do it in like parts though. So yes, thank you so much for watching. I'm really happy that you decided to watch this video. Have an amazing day or night. See you guys later.